So I want to share a little bit more with you about who I am, what my personality is like, and just ways to describe myself. And I hope that this will help you to shape and to make decisions about whether I'm the kind of person that you want to work with. So I can tell you that I'm a very confident person. I'm a very strong character, but I'm also incredibly soft. Sometimes I feel like I'm a bit of a contradiction between my strength and my softness. I'm very direct. I'm very playful. I'm very creative. I am a mother to 4 children. I try very hard not to mother people around me and rescue them, and that's an ongoing journey for me. I'm very hardworking. I forgive very easily and very quickly. I struggle with detail and I have to work very hard at being a detailed person. I'm going through the perimenopause and I'm learning a whole new way of life, a way of life that feels a little bit more fitting to me, but it's a journey to let go of the old and embrace the new. And I'm very much, I would say, over the bridge of that. I'm very curious. I'm curious about a lot of things, and that connects me with my child energy, my playfulness, my kind of always wanting to find out and learn. I dig deep for my own personal development. And I struggle to be around people that are not on a journey of self-inquiry. I struggle to be around people for long periods of time if they are not looking at themselves and working on their shadows and working on their kind of upgrade. And I do prefer to be around people that are doing that. I feel safer around people who are doing that. I am deeply loving. I am sensual. I prefer to use my sexual energy in most of my life. I find that my sexual energy allows me to be more creative, more playful, more kind, more curious, more of everything actually. I experience dyscalculia. I'm not even sure I can say that word properly. And I have ADHD. And over the years, I've been on a journey learning when it's a superpower and when it's a disability. And now I feel the most aware of it, how it impacts me and how it affects me and how to manage that in my life. I face fear head on. I take risks a lot. I don't need to be liked, but I thrive if I'm seen, valued and loved, but I don't need it. I don't need you to like me. I will be much more of myself. I will be much more of everything that I am if you like me, if you love me, if you understand me, if you get me, but I don't need it. I have a huge fear that I'm working on all of the time around anything to do with tech, screens, buttons, electrics, anything like that. It feels extremely discombobulating for me. I really struggle around small confined spaces or large loud crowds. I'm a mother. I gave birth 4 times, and each of those spirits bring a different part of me into play, and probably the biggest parts of my life that have challenged me the most, opened me the most, created more feeling in me than anything else in my life. And each of the 4 energies that I brought into the world create something very different within me and has been my greatest lesson learner. I have buried one of my daughters, and facing that kind of experience head on was one of the hardest things I've ever been through. But now I would tell you that I'm grateful for that experience. And I know that for some people, me saying that could be quite triggering. but it is my truth, and I can still feel the pain somewhere, but it comes from a place of freedom. I work very hard on being a mother, and that is my number one priority. It takes the majority of my energy and my love and my space, and I'm aiming to raise my children as autonomous humans. So that also has a bit of a challenge for me, because it means my children often now don't need me. And I really love to be needed by them. It makes me feel like I have purpose with them and that they want me. And so raising autonomous children is my greatest desire for them, but it also creates something in me where I need to do the work and continue to do the work. I have an 18-year relationship with my partner, and we have the best partnership that I know of. It is very conscious, fully accountable. We are living as two separate people, living our own life, able to make our own decisions. And about 6 years ago, we redesigned our relationship to really express our needs, our desires, and our belief in how we should and could and can. And it has fundamentally changed the way that we relate and how we are within our relationship. And I'm probably the most grateful for that relationship than I am of anything else in my entire life. One of the things that I struggle the most with about other humans, or about humans in general, including myself, is being judged, is how quick we are to judge. And I know and I understand that judgment can come from so many different places, and often it comes through fear or just a lack of experience or a limited mind. But for me, judgment is something that as soon as I recognise I am judging, or I am feeling that impulse to judge, that is like a really big red flag for me. It's something that I really do not appreciate in other people. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to fall under that energy, and I don't want to be a perpetrator of that myself. And it's one of the things I work really hard on, is to not judge others. And when I recognise that there is a judgment within me, is to pull it apart and question it. Of course I judge. I'm a human being. We all judge, and we've been conditioned to judge from very early. So it's a big thing for me. I really would love humans to become less judgmental of themselves and each other. I was raised in a Christian community, very much part of the Christian faith, and my whole world was shaped around that experience. I no longer live as a Christian. I am not part of a Christian community, but it is really important to say that I have gone through a huge journey of learning what value that has given me, what I am not wanting to be a part of, and what I want to take forward in my life from that experience. And I'm grateful for that experience, even though it has met with some pain and trauma. I also want to be really clear that I am full of faith. I'm very spirit-led. I believe in spirit, and I believe in the healing power of spirit. So I am very much activated in my spiritual life, just not in that forum. I have travelled a lot. I have worked in many places all over the world, and I have a natural lust for travel, for experiencing different cultures and different shapes and sizes and smells and tastes and energy. And I feel more natural as a nomad in my life than I do as someone who is quite rooted. But I really value having roots. And so it's having the balance between being really rooted and actually being wanderlust, free-footed. One of the phrases that came to me after my daughter died, someone sent me a poster. A friend, beautiful friend, sent me a poster that said, "From my knees I rise." And throughout my life, that expression has meant so much over and over again as I have faced with myself, with my family, and with friends. I have had many experiences that have been deeply difficult, traumatic, uprooting, unsettling. And I just come back to that phrase, from my knees I rise, and I will spend the rest of my life fully embodied in that no matter what happens, as I fall, I rise. I dust myself down, I take the invitation for the learning, for the growth, for the expansion, and I grow.